Good morning, I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. Now it's time for another vinyl haul video. I haven't done one for quite a while and I've bought quite a lot of new records in that time. In fact, I've bought so many new records that I realised I can make this video a Dirty Hit exclusive. So that's what this video is going to be, a Dirty Hit vinyl haul. And if you don't know what Dirty Hit is, it is a record label, probably my second favourite record label, in terms of just the sheer number of artists that are on that label from which I purchase music. So my first favourite is probably Erased Tapes. Second favourite, Dirty Hit. It's like the ultimate indie alternative pop label. Probably. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, first record on this list is the debut album from Amber of The Japanese House. Now, I first heard of The Japanese House when I saw them support the 1975 at the Motorpoint in Cardiff in like 2016, I think, and it was a really, really good gig. I can remember at the time thinking that I wasn't a huge fan. Something about being in a massive arena and hearing that music it didn't fit. I felt like it was a bit disjointed, but then when I left, I looked them up on Spotify, listened to them loads, and absolutely love it. I keep saying them, I know it's just one person. I was captivated by the interesting and unique production styles there, some of which is influenced by members of the 1975 who helped with production. And yeah, I was super happy when this record finally came out. I got this in Sister Ray Records in Soho. It's a beautiful, high quality gatefold sleeve, and the records are a really nice color as well. They are a gorgeous sort of pinky purpley color. You can't really see that well what the color looks like there. It looks a lot darker than it looks from my perspective, so that makes it look more red, but it's a lot more pink in real life. It's a double 180 gram pressing. Sound quality is wonderful, and it's just a really, really good album, so I'd highly recommend that you listen to it. And I think my favorite moments of the whole record, weirdly enough, is the transition between the first track and the second track. Very dreamy, very atmospheric, really good lyrics as well. Just a great record, and I'm really excited to see what the Japanese House has in store for future releases. Next on the list, we've got the third full-length record from the wonderful Benjamin Francis Leftwich. It's called Gratitude. I think this is a really, really good record. I did a review of it actually, which I'll have linked below if you wanted to hear that, although I really dislike doing album reviews, but I think this is great. I think it's a really, really nice development from the styles that he's incorporated on his previous releases. This is kind of going in a new direction, but still retains a lot of his original sound, most notably obviously being his very, very distinctive voice. But yeah, I noticed in the run-up to this thing being released, the kind of whole aesthetic having changed a lot, and the aesthetic became a lot more Dirty Hit. There are some moments where I do miss the more intimate acoustic songs that he would write, but at the same time it's really important that an artist doesn't just release the same thing over and over again, and it's nice to notice that development. Unfortunately, this isn't a gatefold, it's just a single 180 gram LP, but it is crystal clear and I really like it when a record looks like that. Next, we've got probably the leading band on Dirty Hit Records, the 1975, and it is their Face Down EP, and I got this because, for one, I like the music, obviously, and two, I've got all three of the others, IV, Sex, and Music for Cars, and it just made sense to complete the collection. As is the case with all of the other EPs, this is on a 180 gram white vinyl. There's also an etching on the run-out groove on each side of this record that says, "I give you my love more precious than money, Camarado, I give you my hand," I think. It's quite hard to read. Anyway, obviously it's no secret I love the 1975, so that's the next record on this list. And in a similar vein to that, I also bought these two singles, Medicine and Falling For You. Now, I very, very rarely buy singles. I always find that they kind of get lost in my collection and they're just small and hard to keep track of, I guess. I don't know. But I saw that these were still available on the 1975 shop and they were really cheap, so I decided to get them. Falling For You is one of my favorite songs that they've ever written. I think it's wonderful, and Medicine is a really good track as well. Medicine is on a clear yellow vinyl, and Falling For You is on sort of clear opaque vinyl. So those are the singles out of the way. Now I've got two more records. The first is one that actually came out in, I think, 2015, 2014, and I don't know why I hadn't listened to it before, because I can remember seeing the artwork when it came out and being like, I bet I would love that record. But it was only a couple of months ago when I was on the coach coming back from London that I decided to just put it on and have a listen. And that was when I decided to buy the record, because I think it is genuinely one of the favorites in my whole collection now, and that is Marika Hackman's debut, We Slept at Last. This is fucking genius, and I'm really, really excited now for her new album, which is coming out relatively soon. I saw it announced on Instagram today. The melding of different genres on this, and the influence of folk music, which is something that I don't hear very often these days. It's done so well in this, and I can remember listening to this on the coach and just being completely transfixed. There was genuinely a moment when, like, my jaw dropped when I was listening to, I think it must have been the second track, I think, because I can just remember staring out the window and being like, holy how have I not listened to this before? This is probably like my new favorite song. So Yeah, I cannot recommend this album enough. Listen to We Slept at Last by Marika Hackman. Now, it's a really, really nice pressing, so this is in a gatefold sleeve. It's not a double vinyl, there's just one 180-gram disc in here. Standard black vinyl. I was kind of expecting this to be an interesting colour based on the artwork, but at the same time, like, ultimately, who cares about the colour? It's the music that's on there that's important. Etching on this one says, "She who walks alone in life, is she of sound mind?" with a question mark. But the special thing about this record is that it comes with this really, really nice booklet of images that accompany the lyrics. You probably won't be able to see these very well at all. The images are all really dark and arty. They are beautiful, and this booklet is really, really nice, high quality paper. I just love things like that. These are the kind of things that make vinyl so special to me, you know? So yeah, that's the penultimate record on this list, We Slept at Last by the wonderful Marika Hackman. And finally, the last record in this Dirty Hit vinyl haul is My Mind Makes Noises by Pale Waves. And yes, I know I'm a hypocrite. I've slagged this band off so much, but they can write really catchy music. And I saw them support the 1975 more recently when they played in Cardiff last time. I basically just love this album, and I don't care about what I've said about them in the past. And I would probably stand by a lot of it. Like, I still find the aesthetic that they seem to use annoyingly edgy for music that is so kind of ear-friendly. But at the same time, like, it's just really, really well-written pop music, and it gets in your head. I think it's a great album, and despite the criticisms I've given in the past, I enjoy listening to it. It makes me happy when the chorus of 18 starts. As you'd expect, a nice high quality gatefold double LP on 180-gram black vinyl. I was kind of hoping that I'd get one of the ones with transparent red vinyl, but when I saw it, there was only one copy left in HMV, and I'd been trying to get it for a while and couldn't, so yeah, I just picked it up. But anyway, that's the last record on this list, the debut album, My Mind Makes Noises by Pale Waves. So there we go, that concludes my Dirty Hit vinyl haul, and I'd love to know what you think of the records that I've got. If you think they're absolute trash, or if you really, really like them, you know, let me know all of that down in the comment section. And as always, in the description of this video, there'll be links to my music on Spotify, the vinyl release of my debut EP, Her, and my latest single, Switzerland, as well. All of that information's down in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll have another vinyl haul coming fairly soon with the other records that I've bought in the last few months. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this. Have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you very soon.